Hi, I'm Angie. The kids have been back to school about 3 weeks now, and that means 3 out of 5 of us in this family have a cold. So it's time to make some chicken noodle soup. Homemade chicken noodle soup is great. It tastes so good, and it makes a big pot of it, so it's very economical, and it's so good for you. And the great thing about homemade soup is that there really are no rules, so just think of this as a starting point, and you can add or subtract what works for your family and what you have. So the ingredients I'm going to use are some diced onion, celery, carrots, and some red peppers. And I'm going to use 1 clove of garlic, and I have some chopped chicken breast, some celery leaves, some parsley, a little bit of barley, some egg noodles, some olive oil, and of course some chicken stock. I have about 6 or 7 cups of that, but it's pretty flexible. So let's see how to make homemade chicken noodle soup. So the first thing you want to do is, over a medium heat in a nice heavy pot, get a couple teaspoons of olive oil warming up. What we're going to do is saute the vegetables first, and then we'll add the stock. And so I'm adding about a cup of onion that's been diced. That's 1 or 2 onions depending on the size that you have. And a couple sticks of celery, and 1 large carrot. So it's about a cup and a half of the vegetables of each one. And then I've got about a half a red pepper. I just like that for a little vitamin C and a little bit of color. So I want to get those going in the pot, kind of sweat them out until they're nice and tender. And then I put the garlic right on top so that it doesn't scorch. So just saute those for about 5 minutes until they're nice and soft. Okay, so it's been about 5 minutes, and the onions are nice and translucent, and the veggies are nice and soft. And now I'm going to add my chicken stock. You can use frozen stock that you've made. I have a recipe on YouTube that shows you how to make homemade chicken stock, or you can just use like a low sodium packaged or frozen kind of chicken stock. But it's really nice with the homemade. So that's good. Now I'm going to add the leaves from the celery. So it's about a quarter cup, half cup of the celery leaves, about a quarter cup of chopped fresh parsley. It's really nice with the fresh parsley, so I highly recommend that. Now I'm adding my diced chicken. This is a couple of chicken breasts, boneless chicken breasts that I've poached in some water, but if you have leftover chicken, that's even better. And you can just add that, and you can use the dark meat or the white meat. It's really nice when you make it yourself because you can control what you put in. So just add that. And then I've got a couple cups of egg noodles. These are whole wheat egg noodles, but whatever kind you have is great. Just put those in. And then because my kids really like it, I put in about a quarter cup of pearl barley. But you know, it's really flexible, so you can use rice, or you could use lentils, whatever you want to add, or just leave it out and just have the noodles. Give that a stir. And you can get it to medium heat, get it kind of to a boil, and then turn it down and let it simmer. And because I make my homemade chicken stock, I don't add any salt. I'll add a bit of salt now, just about a teaspoon or so, and a little bit of fresh pepper. So let that come to a boil, put the lid on, just a skew like that so it vents a little bit, and let it simmer for, you know, anywhere from an hour to 2 hours. It'll be great for lunch. So it's been about half an hour or so. Just when you walk by, give the soup a stir. Make sure the noodles aren't sticking at the bottom. So if you're unlucky enough to get the dreaded back to school cold, make a big pot of homemade chicken noodle soup. It'll fix it right up. Thanks for watching. Enjoy your soup.